You forget me ever touching you again. That is it. You are like lava to me and my hands will never go on you.
I was like, we were quite drunk on the tube and I was like touching Toby's, like, I can't remember what I was doing. I think I was like stroking his like shoulder or his neck or something. And he's like, shut off, get off. There's people looking. Like scared. And I was like so pissed off. And like for the rest of the 3 days, I was like, don't touch me.
Yeah, like so embarrassed.
You told me to get off. I'm never touching you again.
100%.
He's like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, you rejected me.
Oh my God, no, 100%.
So insulted.
No, this is worse. Once I like tickled, and you do it in the same place for ages and you're like, ow, hurts now. I was like, you forget me ever touching you again. That is it. You are like lava to me and my hands will never go on you. I was actually embarrassed.
I know the feeling.
Like,
it's awful. It's like that sudden bit of rejection. And then I like, what's so calculated? I then remembered that. And the next time he tried to touch me, I was like, off. On purpose.
Me too.
Just to like make him feel that smidge of rejection that I felt. But does he care? No.
Doesn't even
water
notice.
off the duck's back. Oh, sorry. Carries on whatever he's doing. And I'm like, I need you to get annoyed.
Or like if I'm even trying to talk to Jamie and he's like on a text or like picks up the call to like Proud Dog or something, I'm like rejected.
Yeah.
So then he comes over and then he finishes the call and he's like, hey, should we go on a walk or something? And tries to kiss me and I'm like, oh, get off me.
It's just a constant psychological game.
So you bother the man while he's busy. He recognizes, hey, she wants some attention. He tries to get off the call, quit what he's doing, come give you attention, and you got your little attitude. Yikes.
I don't get jealous. But, who the f is that, bitch?
What's one thing men won't admit?
When they've caught feelings, they'll just ghost you because they don't know how to deal with their emotions, right? When they start like really vibing with a girl, they just go ghost. Like they can't handle that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think men won't admit that they still waste too much time when she's a wife. He had that opportunity years ago. Golden of an opportunity too.
Have you seen a guy that you like? Would you shoot your shot?
Like if I look at you and I look away and you looking at me, I'm gonna look back at you.
It's so
That's
bad.
your time to move. You gotta make your move.
Why y'all don't come talk?
Because
No, like,
I don't want to talk to you and then I get rejected.
I
And
might
if you
turn my
walk
head a
past
little
me and I
bit.
turn
oh,
around.
if you break your neck, that's
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's your
Okay,
sign. That's
okay,
your
okay.
sign. That's
Yeah.
me shooting my shot.
Wanna
And it's a
chase at
man's job to
all.
come up to me.
We do not want to
It's
chase
not my
at
job to
all.
go.
When she's a wife. Okay.
Deuce, is this your type?
Nah, that wasn't my type anyway, though.
Okay. What is she giving you, though? What type of vibe?
Regular.
Regular?
Regular? Can you give me another balloon? No, okay. What exactly is your type? Because I'm certainly not regular. I'm not gonna lie, like, in my opinion, I'm great. They'll say I'm great. But what is your type?
What do you call great?
What do you mean what I call great?
You said you great. What do you call great?
I'm intelligent. I'm beautiful, in my opinion. I know what I want in life. I'm a legal assistant. I have a great career. I have a lot going for myself. At the end of the day, I know what I want. And that's all you could want from a woman. At the end of the day, is she knows what she wants and she's willing to give you 50-50. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Can we go to the
That's
next one?
fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're the boss.
Basically what she heard and what he said are two different things. He said, I'm looking for extraordinary is what he meant. She said, well, I'm not basic. I'm not bottom of the barrel. I'm beautiful. I have a job as a legal assistant, probably at a nice office somewhere. I can offer you 50-50. I can do a lot for you. So I really can't be mad at her making her case for her wanting the man. But what she heard was, you're a loser.
And this is why all the coaches that come out that try to help women eventually stop. Because while men are annoying, women are exhausting.
As someone who's been helping women for almost 5 years, I can definitely speak to this topic. Women are exhausting. I feel like women have grown up with so many lies told to them that when the truth is told or when things are not covered up, they are not happy about it. Even in relationships, like you can tell when a man is like trying to be honest with a woman, she can't take it. Even if he says, I don't like your dress, she can't take it. It's just so much covering up that a woman goes through when she's a child. Like everyone is supposed to tell them they look pretty. Everyone is supposed to tell them that they agree with them. Everyone is supposed to tell them all these different lies. And when someone comes out with the truth, they want to fight them. They want to argue with them. They want to berate them. And it's just so unfortunate. So if you're a woman, really learn how to take the truth. The truth is not bad. It's not a bad thing, as it's going to help you be a better person. Even if you watch those 20v1s, or pop the balloons. Women aren't used to being rejected. Women aren't used to being, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. So they literally, some of them catch an attitude, some of them be like, what are you talking about? I'm cute as what? Because women are just not used to that. Just learn how to accept the truth.
I would shoot my shot if I know it's chemistry there. I'm not gonna like go above and beyond, because for one, you're not finna reject me. I've never like done it and been rejected, but I don't know that I would do well with rejection.
But see, that's where y'all get up at, because we have to deal with rejection.
Yeah, you
all
do.
the time. You feel what I'm saying?
Not me.
So I feel it should go both ways. Because girls feel like they can't get rejected. Like y'all can too. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes you can just be bad, but then he's just happily with who he with. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything is really with timing, though. You feel what I'm saying? Like
timing is everything.
I live in Brisbane, and I fell in love with a guy who was always at the state library. He was always here. I thought he was an intellectual. Turns out.
Another rejection story, and no, I am not excited to share this one, and I might cry because I was so excited about this guy. Let's get into it. This was a 4th date with a great guy, and not just like dinner. This was literally like a 15-hour date, preceded by a 3rd date that was about 10 to 15 hours. So we had been spending a lot of time together. Communication was on point. We had talked about making future plans of like, let's go on this trip, let's go to this concert, whatever. During the date, I started to feel a cold sore coming on. And I said several times on the date, I think I'm getting a cold sore. Not thinking I had to explain what a cold sore was. I thought the general public, because 90% of people get cold sores, I didn't need to explain what it was. Later that night, we were talking about it more, and I clarified because he didn't understand what a cold sore was. So I explained where it comes from, how it's very common, what category of viral diseases, I should say, that it's in, which is the herpes virus. Definitely, I could tell was freaking him out, and there was a lot of tension. He texted me this, he can't get past the cold sore situation, and that he wishes I had mentioned it earlier, which I explained to him. I didn't mention it earlier because it's a non-issue for most of my life, but I don't know if maybe he heard the word herpes and got scared, because that's a big, scary word. But also, to be unforgiving about one flaw in somebody is a giant red flag to me. I just really think like we need to destigmatize cold sores just because they're in the herpes category. It's no different than getting chicken pox, shingles, all of those things. It's just wild that people are uneducated about this and unforgiving about it when it's literally not the biggest deal in the entire world.
This may sound harsh, but I don't think that man needed to be any more educated or understanding, because that man is absolutely allowed to not want to continue the relationship because he's uncomfortable. It's a deal breaker to him. And it is completely reasonable that this is not an issue that he's run into before, because the stats are actually more so around a little over half of people have cold sores. And I get that it's disappointing, but that is the difference that I see between men and women when it comes to failed dating relationships. It's that women will find a reason why the man's reason for ending the relationship is not right? Like she will shame him for it. Whereas men will say, okay, I get it. And they just move on.
You know what? It really be the entitlement for me. Now, this girl is at the grocery store minding her business, trying to get some eggs for tomorrow morning breakfast. Who knows? Just trying to stock up the fridge. 10 times out of 10, if you're at a grocery store, baby, you just start a shop. Not mingle, not talk with the man in aisle 5, none of that. And you sit up here and get your chicken nugget head ass on this clock app, upset that that woman didn't want a whole conversation with you. Is you cool? Like, it really, like, the entitlement is, like, off the scales nowadays. That woman don't owe you nothing. Nothing. And then, too, read the room. Check the climate. This is not the atmosphere to just be holding conversations with strangers that you do not know. Because what's going to happen is 10 times out of 10, when we get that hello or hi, it's going to be followed with the, do you have a man? And then only God knows what happened if she just tell you she don't want to be bothered. Like, women are really out here just trying to survive. And for some weird ass reason, we can't even shop without somebody feeling like we're entitled to make them feel good. Look, y'all are exhausting. Exhausting. Look, y'all got me my words. Look.
The dude in the comments said you don't have to worry about that, so don't be upset. When you're talking about entitlement, just really quickly, the man isn't entitled. He wasn't asking for a conversation that we know of. He was just asking for a hello. That's what he said in his video. Why don't women say hello? You guys got to get over yourselves.
You got a license for them guns? Can I have your number?
Actually not. I got a girl, right?
Alright, you're dead anyway. What about you? Yeah, can I have your number?
No hablo inglés.
What? Hey, you! Dreads, what you on?
Dreads? That's kind of rude.
Alright, cool. You're all dead anyway. You all got flat backs.
But we don't have to sit up here and wonder, do we? Because we have a clip of them actually being rejected.
You want to fight?
Hey, next time I won't be so light. Wait, am I wrong if I were to hit her back? I'm not going to, though. I'm not going.
And once more and again.
For real, that's what's up. Nah, I ain't feeling it. I ain't feeling you. You can skip me though.
Ain't feeling what?
I ain't feeling you.
I ain't feeling them braids. You talk about boneless ass braids.
You can skip me though. I don't even know why you trying to get at me. That's crazy. Just cause you mad, you can sleep on that.
So what were you telling me about how women are able to handle rejection better?
Guys get friend-zoned, but girls get... A boy stops talking to us suddenly after he gets a girlfriend, or starts ghosting us after we reject his first move. A friendship that we valued, we thought mattered, if only just a little to him, turned out not to matter at all. But in the end, we're the bad guys. We're the ones who lead the good guys on. Of course, we should just expect that's what you always want. We should just expect that friendship is never as valuable as a twist of our hand. They got friend-zoned. They only lost another girl, another rejection. But we lost a friend, someone we thought was worth more. We lost a friend.
Is this a type of girl that you would date? Possibly.
You know damn well that's a yes, possibly.
You said possibly to everybody so far, so I'm like,
No, I haven't.
well, not
No, I
really
haven't.
us two. You said
Okay,
possibly.
I said possibly to you too?
Yeah, you
I
did.
don't remember that.
Okay, rewind the tape.
What do you think about her? She's decent, you know.
Nice.
Would you date her like if you saw her outside? No. Why not?
I like my girls thick. Why don't you just take rejection gracefully, like y'all be telling the men to do?
Can you tell me how you guys met? You guys are together, right?
Yes.
How long have you guys been together for?
A year and a half?
Okay, but what was the story?
Well, so I actually met him when I was dating someone else. So we were just friends for a long time. And then I broke up with the other guy. And then we were still friends for like months. And then basically, like, I told him that I liked him on Snapchat. And then he was like, I don't really know if I like you. Let me get back to you.
Dude!
And then he was like, but I think you're pretty, blah, blah. And then a week later, he was like, I do like you, actually.
I had to make sure.
What was your first date?
Yeah.
This is for you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
The fact that they said yes at the same time gives me hope for humanity. They're on the same page. Some of these interviews that you see, the woman's like, oh no, I'm using him for his money.
If you're a handsome guy, you've seen a side of women that a lot of guys have not seen, right? And if you've seen this side, you know that women are objectively worse at taking rejection than men because they are not used to it. Men are used to taking rejection. I don't care how good looking you are. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how tall you are. As a man, you've been rejected by a woman countless of times. However, pretty girls have never been rejected. Most guys are so easy that they make women, even the most average looking women, think that all men want them. So when you don't want them, their little brains try and make it your fault. Oh, it's cause you're gay, it's cause you're sassy, you just can't handle me. It's always your fault for not liking them.
Dude, take off the hat. Let me see your hair.
See my hair? What's up?
All right.
Take off your wig. Let me see yours.
Y'all, when women get rejected, oh, it's deep. I don't know what it is, but we do not handle it well. Actually, I do know what it is, and I'm gonna tell you in this video. Women desire to be desired. Okay, that is something you're gonna see in every woman. She wants to be desired. Some people allow their desire to run them. Some people can harness their desire, but all women deep down want to be desired. And so when she's not desired or does not feel desirable, she takes that internally. I mean, it makes her sad. It can cause depression. It can cause anxiety. It can cause you to feel like you're not good enough. It can cause hopelessness. I mean, it gets very deep. Because of that, I think a lot of women don't put themselves out there. I think it boils down to one simple thing. That as women, we have to accept that looks matter. And we can fight it, we can argue it, but looks matter. And when a man's not attracted to us, it hits deep. Because most men are rejecting you because they're not attracted to you.
So I think you're very attractive.
Thank you.
And I wanted to ask you if you're single.
I am single.
You are single?
Yes.
Why is that? Yeah, why?
Because I'm just focusing on work right now.
So you wouldn't have time to put a lady in your life?
Not the way I would want to.
What's that way? What's the way you want to?
I would want to be able to make her a priority. I don't think I can do that right now.
So you're not scared of like missing out on the right girl? Let's say you meet me today and you think I'm the right girl and you're not going to talk to me because you don't have a lot of time like to meet me, so you're not going to talk to me at all?
Well, if you're the right girl, but I treat you wrong because I don't necessarily have the time to devote to you that I wanted to, then I don't think I would do either of us a good service.
That sounds really good. Usually guys are not like that. They kind of lie and they kind of act like, oh no, I have time for you, and then once they get what they want, they just kind of like disappear.
Yeah,
not that time.
yeah, I just wouldn't get involved. I don't think I'll be able to.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
You have kids?
Nope.
You want kids?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, that sounds good.
So what do you do that makes you feel like you're too busy to be in a committed relationship that you want to be?
I'm just in transition right now.
Okay.
So I graduated from grad school last year. Got a job in the field I went to school for, but it's not necessarily...
You're not fulfilled?
That, and it's not necessarily paying me what I would hope for it to. So I made enough connections in that industry to be able to like keep a foot in it while I have a job that can support me like financially as well.
A woman in the comments said, a real man, priorities are straight, very respectful. Another woman says, he told you and you don't listen.
So listen, can we stop saying, oh, you picked the wrong man, and oh, women can't handle the truth? Some women, yes. Some women will act like they can handle the truth and then they act crazy. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about smart, logical, emotionally intelligent women. This man said, oh, well, y'all women want us to tell you the truth, but where would that get us? That's not gonna get us what we want. If I tell you I don't want nothing from you, I just wanna have sex, you're not gonna do anything with me. For all you young men out there, stop listening to this. It's not that women can't handle the truth. Men just don't like that when they do tell us the truth, we can make an informed decision that doesn't benefit them. You can lie to yourself all you want, but trying to deceive somebody to get something out of them is manipulation. You can't have everything that you want. Not every woman is gonna wanna be intimate with you, and that's just something you have to accept. The same way that we have to accept that not every man is gonna wanna marry us. Trying to lie and deceive a woman to get what you want out of them is going against her consent, because if she knew who you really were, she wouldn't have consented to doing those things with you. Point blank, period. So all y'all men saying that women can't handle the truth, no, you can't handle rejection.
So we're not going to end the sentence just yet. We're going to remove that period. We're going to add a comma. Because what you just did was a play on words. Oh, well, this. No. There are women out there that cannot handle rejection. They can't do it. Because if you have this, if you have that, if you have this, don't do that. Let's keep the goalpost where it is. There's some women out there that cannot handle rejection. Well, if you would just tell us this and you just tell... No. You can't handle rejection. Well, you're manipulating me. No. You can't handle rejection. Number one. Number two, if a man were to tell you, this is what I want, or the truth, let's remove intercourse. Let's remove that. In life in general, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it because it isn't what they want. There are a lot of women out there that get in their minds, this is what I'm looking for. And when their fantasy begins to crumble, they get, I don't want to say delusional, but they start thinking, oh, I can't handle this, just get out of my face. And they lock themselves up. They need therapy. Stop it.
Y'all, I saw this headline. Modern woman having a mental breakdown after being rejected. I can kind of see that. Here's why. Women can't handle desiring a man that does not desire them in return. This is a hard pill for us to swallow. Remember, all women want to be desired and want to feel desirable. Now, women today are not being realistic about their choices in men. Women know that men choose based on looks most of the time. And so if they're not being chosen or they're not being desired by the person that desires them, they think it's because they're not attractive. And that boils down into other things. Women internalize that. This can turn into depression and anxiety. Therefore, women not putting themselves out there to be rejected. That's why we have to remember Matthew 7:12. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. Therefore, treat others the way that you would want to be treated.
I got a hot take, yo. I'm starting to notice that some women don't handle rejection well. Now, before y'all go in the comments and say, you sound like this, it's giving this, you sound like a Leo or a Taurus, or whatever y'all be saying, just hear me out. Historically, women have never had to openly pursue men. They just would do little subtle things, eye contact, just little body language kind of things, but never openly do it. So if a man don't pick up on the hints, he don't pick up on the hints. But today, with all these dating apps and all that kind of stuff, it's a much more direct approach. And so some of them get a much more direct rejection. And when some of them get rejected, bro, you get called gay, you get called broke, not ambitious, you don't want a real woman, I'm too much for you. All these line of insults. Now I get it. Some men, we are terrible with rejection. We are terrible. But most of us are used to it. Like, we have been getting rejected since we were in grade school. It's normal. I'm aware some of y'all gonna disagree with me. Just please don't I'm aware some of y'all gonna disagree with me, and that's fine. But that's just my take on it.
What really upsets me the most is how it says making him do a sack. You shouldn't make someone do that. And if it was a man posting about how he forced someone to do something similar, everyone would be attacking him. I just don't know what this generation has came to when there are women preaching about SAing men. It's not okay. It's not something to brag about, and you would need to get some personal help if this is the way that you're treating other people, man, women, whatever. It's not okay. It's unreasonable.
Oh, that sounded really bratty!
I see so many posts like this from women, and I get so confused as to what they expect men to do in those situations. In all honesty, I feel like it's much weirder if he were to still follow you after you rejected him. Because at that point, what is he looking at? What is he there for? He's just supposed to sit there and be a silent supporter? Nah. And the thing is, I bet if you asked her what she would do if someone rejected her at her job or something, she'd probably say she'd quit her job. So it's like they get it, but they don't at all. It's like they hold men to a different, I don't even know if it's a higher standard or lower. No, it's definitely a higher standard. I don't get it. I feel like in general, notoriously, women can't handle rejection just because they're not used to it. They're not conditioned to be rejected. But then those same ones will go and reject a man and be like, oh man, why'd he block me? Oh, why'd he unfollow me? Be surprised that he didn't take it well. When I feel like that's a very normal reaction. Why would bro want to sit here and just live with his failure? You know how bad that would be for your self-esteem? Imagine you're on the gram, you just getting rejected, right? And then you keep them there. You got to look at your feed as just reminders of what could have been. No. No, that would be horrible. I'd rather go to prison. No, not prison. I'd rather go to I'd rather go to a J. Cole concert. Yeah, that's reasonable.
I don't get jealous. But who was that?
I think most women fear getting backlash from men when they decide to reject them. Yes, that is very scary if the man is stronger than you, taller than you, and more able to cause harm. But have y'all ever rejected a woman from having access to certain things in your life? Have y'all ever seen how a woman acts when you tell her no? Rejecting a woman as a woman can also be very scary, bro. Like, that is one of the second scariest things I have ever experienced in my own life. You try to state a boundary with certain aspects of women, they will act like you stabbed them in the back, like you betrayed them. There's a certain type of woman out here that if you reject her, right, not only will she hate you, but she will start trying to get incriminating evidence against you to honestly ruin your life. I've met these women before. It's like they do not let up. Every single move that you make, every single thing that you do, now you are competition to this person. You are an opponent, straight up. You tell them, hey, honestly, like, I'm chill, I'm cool, like, I don't really need new people in my circle right now. Like, I'm pretty cool, you know, with my friendships, you know, my community. They will look at you like you stabbed them in the back and you said that everybody hates them. You are better than them. They are nothing. Like, it is one of the most scariest things how delusional some women get when you reject them. It is one of the scariest things I've ever seen in my whole entire life. And they don't let up. Like, you saying no or you trying to say it in a kind way, no, like, that's not enough. You hurt their ego. They either are going to get what they want in their way or you're just going to have to get destroyed.
When you think of men versus women, most people, at least some of these ladies out here, are going to say, well, I would rather a woman do X, Y, and Z than a man, because they think of the grotesque nature of physicality, right? And it's very immediate. It's very certain that when a man gets his hands on you, then they think it's done. But they never really consume fully the concept of how harmful women can be, especially with their words, how much damage they can actually do to your life, which causes irreparable harm a lot of times. And this is what men are talking about. You think men are playing around, you think they're just complaining and they're whining, but some of these ladies out here have really set men back a lot. Like the damage that they've done, that men have spent building over 20, 30, 40 years is horrible. Horrible, to say in the least. You can think of a man, if we want to do some comparison, I think there's some overlap here, but as somebody basically having a little tool to take you out immediately, if you catch my drift, versus what a woman could do, where she, like on the movies, when they set you in a room and they have some events over and over and over again, and you know, they're like, oh, tell me what you know, I don't know anything, and they go back to doing the event. That's what women can do over time, right? And certain people say, well, you know, I would rather that than this because, you know, at least I have a fighting chance. That's what women said versus man versus bear. Well, I would rather this or that because of this. They don't actually think of what's going to happen and the pain behind it. Well, the bear's going to do this and the bear's going to do that. That bear is going to take chunks out of you over and over and over again. He could do that, or she could do that for a period of hours. Yes, it's possible that the bear is going to take you out immediately, but it's more than likely that that bear is going to over and over and over again go through a series of events and just leave you there. That could happen too, but they don't think about that. So they just say, I'm afraid of the man because he's going to do these things to me. But women can do those events over and over and over again until you're just left there to pass away. They don't understand that what men can do and what they can do is same level. What they're actually doing could actually be worse, but they would never think or never take accountability for the sheer evilness that they can cause. Not all women, just some of these ladies out here.
Yeah, it's such an interesting phenomenon how a man gets hotter when he leaves you alone. I know to some men that sounds like an insult, but stick with me. When a man is bold enough to come up and ask you for something, like a little bit of your time to talk, while simultaneously respectful enough to give you space and respect your no, that makes him so much more attractive. I actually just saw this video about this girl saying that, like, a man wanting to do more, and then her saying, like, no, I'm not in the mood right now, and then him saying, like, oh, okay, that's no problem, we could just watch the show. She said that makes her want him so much more all of a sudden. She's like, wait, actually, I changed my mind, let's do it. And I related so hard to that. It's not like we don't like talking to men or having sex with men. For most of us, our favorite memories involve a man. Most of us get so excited to be talking to a man. Most of us dream someday of marrying a man and having a family with a man. We love men. We're just a little afraid of them because they're powerful, they're big, and they're strong, and a lot of them feel entitled to certain things. We don't know how safe we are with you. It's not that we think you're some dangerous monster that we don't want to associate with. It's that we know you're bigger and stronger than us, and so we have to be cautious just in case you're not safe. And it's really hard to feel attraction to someone if you're not sure yet if you're safe or not. But when a man shows with his words and actions that he is safe, that he will respect your boundaries, that he won't stalk you, and that he's emotionally regulated enough to be okay with being told no sometimes, that opens the door for us to settle into considering whether or not we find this man attractive. Now, for the men watching, that doesn't mean that you just sit on the sidelines, do nothing, and women will start approaching you. We want to know you feel attracted to us, you find us desirable, and you're safe. So that means shooting your shot, letting her know your feelings, letting her know what you want, and also respecting the no. One of the biggest tips I can give a man is never overstay your welcome. As soon as a woman shows even the slightest sign of maybe feeling uncomfortable, you leave. Leave kindly and respectfully, but leave. Brenna, what if I'm reading it wrong? That's fine. That's better, actually. You're building anticipation. Women love anticipation. It's like foreplay, but for conversations. Foreplay is arguably our favorite part. If you ended it because she was uncomfortable, great, you did the right thing. If you were wrong and she wasn't uncomfortable, you just made yourself the man who's very intriguing. Red pill dudes will literally give the advice, like, leave women alone a little bit, like, don't give them too much attention. They think it's because we want people to treat us badly or something, because they're not very smart and are bad listeners. They're wrong about the reasoning, but they're right about the actions. A man who's not pestering you is probably a safe man. A man who's saying, I'm really nice and respectful, you don't have to worry about me, I'm a really good guy, and not leaving you alone, he's scarier than the guy who's just walking away. I heard a guy say once, like, women don't want you to be too desperate about them. Disagree. Most women want a man to be desperate for her. They want him to be falling over for her. But only if it's actually desperate for me, not just desperate for a woman, any woman's contact. I love attention. I love someone desperately wanting me, but I want to make sure I'm safe first and foremost. If you're cornering me, not giving me enough space, giving stalker vibes, I can't be attracted to you because I'm too busy being concerned about you. I've had men approach me before and thought to myself, like, please don't talk to me, please don't talk to me, please don't talk to me. And then they stop far away from me and they say something like, is it okay if I talk to you for a minute? And I'm like, yeah. Because in that split second of them pausing, giving me space, asking for permission, they just showed this respect for my boundaries that made me feel safe and comfortable. And I thought, what the hell, I'll give them a chance. It's not that women don't know what they want or they want to play these games. It's that we want to feel safe. And there are things that might not feel unsafe to you that feel unsafe to us.
I see where you're coming from. And honestly, I would probably use this sparingly. Just because if you continue to do stuff like this, it becomes a game, right? And I'm not saying that you're going to be doing that. But I think there are some women that actually do that. And it is a game to them. Well, they reject a guy knowing that they want the guy. And then they'll say, oh, well, he didn't chase me. Why not? Well, because you said no. And at that point in time, which is what a lot of men say, is like, man, you know what? If you're going to continue to do this, I'm just going to keep my energy. I'm just going to keep my peace, my money. I'm going to respect myself. And I'm going to go a different direction. So you talking about, oh, well, it makes him a little bit hotter. I understand. I do understand. Totally, 100%. But continuing to do this sort of thing, continuing to play these types of games, even if it is not when you want to be intimate with somebody, just it's going to feed into different areas of your life where they're going to be like, I'm going to go somewhere else. And eventually they're going to stop responding to you because you reject them in this thing over here. You reject them in this thing over there. And you're like, you know what? let me go find somebody else that isn't always saying no or is not in the mood. And then they're like in the mood after I say no, or after I reject, or, oh, it's so hot because he didn't force me to. I get it. Once again, I get it. I get it. The ability for him to accept your no does something to you. It's like, that's respect to you. That makes you feel safe. And the fact that you feel safe makes you want to say, okay, well, now I want to be held by you. Now I want to be intimate with you. But you got to understand, it's your feeling. How does he feel? Right? You got to consider the person's feeling that you're in a relationship with. Right? I know a lot of ladies don't like to hear that. And that's why men, once again, are walking away, because you don't cater to the man like he caters to you. The man's got to accept the rejection. And you, when he rejects you on something, you get an attitude and you pout, like we saw at the beginning of this video. Oh, well, he got off the call and he tried to come over there and give me affection. I said, You keep on playing these games, the man's eventually going to get fed up. And he's going to be like, you know what? I don't want to deal with these emotional mind games. These mental mind games that you're playing with me. That's foolishness. I don't want to be a part of that. Right? And you need to get in therapy or whatever and figure out why you continue to do this to people. Not saying that you specifically do it, but I do know there are some women that are actually engaging in this behavior.
Okay, y'all. So I just went on a date with a white man. So his status, he is 6'3". He is 40, no kids. And he works in professional sporting. So we went to this place called First Watch. It is in Westport, Kansas City. It is a breakfast, brunch, and lunch place. And we had, really good conversation. We both have a lot of experience in the service industry and hospitality, so we connected with that. The conversation was just so good, y'all. I was giggling, showing my big white teeth, Lord Jesus. And I just noticed something different from when, like, an African-American man, like, gets your number, and then, like, for a Caucasian man or a man of a different race gets your number. Like, for those of a different race, like, they ask you for a date immediately. A black man, he drags it out. He want to talk. He want to have conversation, which, previous conversation before asking on a date is important, but they want to drag it out as long as they possibly can before they feel like they're going to spend a dime on you.
Like, why can't we just date who we want to date without throwing shots at other people, bro? Just like, I don't even know who this content creator is, but just off that video alone, I said, let me go look at her page. And just like, of course, I went on a date with a white man. A white man DM'd me privately, how to approach black women, so on and so on. Then y'all like to put black men under one umbrella, but God forbid when it's done to you or y'all, it's you know what I mean? It makes no sense. Like, if you not as a black woman and you can't find a good, decent black man, that is your fault. You're not gonna attract like good white men just because you couldn't find a good black man. You're not gonna go find or attract good Latino men, African men, Asian men. Like, a good man is gonna find you regardless of whatever race he is, if that makes sense. So it's like, just because you failed to find genuine love and happiness with black men, that's not a black man's fault. That's your fault. Something about you that's just ain't.
Okay, y'all. So I decided to discontinue with the original Mr. White Chocolate, and let me tell you why. All right. So in my personal opinion, it's just too much too soon as far as the drinking. I don't mind working with someone in that way, but with it just being 2 dates in, I'm not invested by any means. And then over time, I just felt like
I don't see a future, with this person, and the attraction, did not grow in the direction that it should if you are going to be in a relationship with someone. But then also and I've been feeling this way for the last couple of days, but what was the cherry on top, Lord Jesus? In the original videos, I told y'all he was going out of town, which he did. That's where he's at now. And he went to Key West. I haven't heard from him. And, I was wishing him, obviously safe travels and all these things. And he read the message and didn't respond. I'm not tripping about that per se, because again, 2 dates in, I'm not invested. However, I know he went out of town, to party with his friends, and, his friends got a boat and all that. And I just can't help but to think he's just doing excessive drinking. Which y'all know that's what he's doing in Key West with his friends on a boat. Like, come on. So I don't want that. I don't want to deal with that. And I don't mind holding a man down through certain problems, but I promise you, this one won't be it. And again, it's just too much,
So you telling me Mr. White Knight 6'3" Superman Henry Cavill, White Jesus Savior, wasn't or had a problem? Y'all hear that? It's coming from inside the car. You know what's crazy? I bet that man seen a red flag in her and was like, nah, this ain't it. Because, men are very smart and very intelligent, despite what y'all love to think about us. We know what most of us know when we can see a red flag walking with something where it's just not going to be tangible and not just going to be a headache. And he definitely probably saw that and was like, yeah, nah, I'm out of here. That.
Somebody in the comments said she's crushed not hearing from him, yet she said she's not invested and she's making a video about him. Somebody else says the fact that she's impressed by First Watch is telling. I don't know, man. The First Watch that we have is relatively expensive. I saw another woman say First Watch isn't that expensive. It said one of the cheapest places to go. Where y'all having breakfast at? Because First Watch they're not the most expensive, but they ain't cheap either. They got some good stuff. They got some good food. Another person says she's 40, used to be 600 pounds, and stated that she has a mental health problem. Yeah. So she said in another video also that I heard that she be out here basically dogging men out and making them pay for the bill. So at some point in time, this stuff is going to catch up with you.
I can't believe I did the thing. That was the hardest goodbye I've ever had to do. I've been bawling for the last 3 hours, so I'm kind of just like numb. We literally hugged for the last 3 hours. And then we decided sitting here is not gonna make any of this easier. We hugged. That's the last time I'm ever gonna see him again. Well, that got me. That got me. He said that to me. He's like, you sure you want this to be the last time we ever see each other again? Straight up. We were gonna have a nice dinner. Sat down, started eating. I couldn't keep it together. I felt like I was gonna throw up. I loved that man. I don't think the emotions have hit. They probably will on my drive home, because I'm about to turn on some Noah Khan, some sad music. He took it so well. The way that he handled it made it even harder to follow through and do. There was a point when I was like, do I want this? But I have been telling myself that I want this. I could not go back now. I need peace. I need clarity. And I think this is the start of a very exciting new chapter where I find myself, begin my healing process. It's gonna be a lot of emotions, lots of pain, lots of sadness, but I feel like this might just be the start of something very beautiful. So, yeah. I opened my fortune cookie because we went to Panda Express. It reads, take the risk you've been considering.